He's an evil bastard. He hates you, and he'll come for you when the moon's up.
When I was just a kid, my mama used to tell me some wild shit. Every night, as the shadows crept through our cramped, run-down apartment in the Midwest, she'd pull me close, her voice shaky, whispering tales about my daddy. At first, I swallowed it whole. The way she talked made it seem like the walls were alive, waiting to swallow me whole. I'd lie in bed, heart pounding in my chest, convinced I could hear my father's breath echoing in the silence, even though he was usually out drinking with his buddies before night fell. But as I got older, things started to shift. I began to see my dad differently. He was just a guy who worked late, came home exhausted, and didn't get lost in the chaos that consumed my mom. I started to think she was the crazy one, locked in her own fears. I'd sit at the dinner table watching her stare at nothing, mumbling about darkness creeping into our lives like some damn horror flick. "Mama, he's not evil," I'd say, trying to shake her out of it. "He loves us." But nothing I said changed her. That's just how she was. One night, I lay in bed, the moonlight spilling through the window, casting creepy shadows everywhere. Then I heard it, a soft scratching, followed by a low hiss. "Come to me, my boy," it whispered, cold as ice, sending chills down my spine. I froze, remembering my mother's warnings. I wanted to scream, to call her, but no sound came out. I could hear her voice in the back of my mind, echoing with panic.
He's coming for you. You need to hide.
Gathering what little courage I had, I crept out of bed and tiptoed down the dark hallway, shadows stretching like fingers reaching for me. When I hit the living room, the scene was chaos. Furniture was tossed around, and there she was, my mama, standing in the middle of it, eyes wild, pointing at nothing like a damn lunatic.
He's here! Run! He wants you!
"Mama, who the hell wants me?" I asked, panic just rising in my chest. But before she could answer, the front door creaked open. A figure stepped into the light, and my heart just dropped. It was my father, but something was off. His face twisted in a way that sent chills down my spine, his smile cold and calculating, like a snake ready to strike.
"Come here, son. Mommy's been filling your head with nonsense again, hasn't she?"
He's not real. He's not real.
She repeated, clutching her head like she was trying to hold on to her sanity.
"Don't listen to her, boy. She's just scared of what she can't see. I love you. You know that, right?"
I didn't know what to think anymore. The whispers in the walls grew louder, echoing my confusion.
He's the monster! You have to believe me!
In that moment, clarity hit me like a freight train. It wasn't my father who was evil. It was the darkness that twisted my mom's mind, turning her into a prisoner of her own fears. And now, that darkness was trying to claim me too. "Stay the fuck away from him," I shouted, stepping back. "You're not my dad, you're a goddamn liar."
"You think you can escape me? I'm everything she ever feared, and now you'll know that fear too."
The figure paused, and I could see rage flicker in his eyes as he hissed, his voice distorting. With adrenaline just pumping through my veins, I bolted down the hallway, racing toward the back door. I could hear him behind me, his footsteps pounding like thunder. I burst through the door and into the night, the cold air biting at my skin. But as I ran into the darkness, the whispers followed, swirling around me like a storm. "You can't escape your blood," they taunted. "You're just like her." I didn't stop. I ran until my legs burned, until his footsteps faded away, but the truth chased me. I was stuck between two worlds, my mom's madness and the darkness that threatened to swallow us both. In the distance, I spotted an alley, and without thinking, I darted into it, hoping to find some place to hide. The air was thick with the stench of garbage and something else, something rotten. As I crouched behind a dumpster, I could hear the scuttling of rats, their beady eyes reflecting the faint light like tiny demons. But the whispers grew louder, echoing in my mind. You can't hide from him. He's coming. He always comes. Suddenly I heard a low growl not far off. My heart raced as I turned to see a shadow creeping toward me, a figure cloaked in darkness with eyes that glowed like fire. It wasn't my father, but it felt like the embodiment of my worst nightmares. Let's play a game, little boy, it hissed, voice dripping with malice. How long do you think you can stay hidden? I scrambled out of my hiding spot, adrenaline surging as I sprinted further down the alley. I could hear the thing's footsteps behind me, gaining ground. Panic set in as I realized I was running toward a dead end. An old, abandoned building loomed ahead, its windows shattered like broken promises. I darted inside, slamming the door behind me, but it didn't lock. I pressed my back against the cold wood, breathing heavily, trying to calm my racing heart. The place was dark and musty, filled with debris and, the lingering scent of decay. Then I heard it, a soft scratching at the door. You can't run forever, the voice taunted. Your blood calls to me. I turned and bolted deeper into the building, navigating through the twisted wreckage, heart pounding like a drum. I stumbled into a room filled with old furniture, covered in dust and shadows. In the corner stood a mirror, cracked and grimy. I hesitated, but had to look. As I approached, the mirror flickered to life, reflecting not just my image, but a twisted version of my father, eyes wide with madness.
You're just like her, he whispered, and I could almost feel his breath on my neck.
No fucking way, I shouted, backing away, but the reflection didn't change. I'm not like you. The room began to shake, the walls closing in, and I could hear the scratching intensify. You can...